Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me today and welcome to my channel. Now I wanted to swatch and review a few sets, gift sets from the Sephora Colourpop collection collaboration. If you didn't know, Colourpop is an indie brand and Sephora is a beauty retail store. So just for the holiday season, Colourpop has come up with few gift sets and gift bundles that will be available on Sephora's website and in stores as well. I'm not sure if they would be available in all Sephora stores or only in select stores. I'm not sure guys, but they are available at least in certain stores. Now I think for now these collections and these gift sets are available on Sephora's website only, but I think in a few weeks time these will be available on Colourpop's website as well. So you don't have to just purchase these on Sephora's website. I think Colourpop will also carry these sets. So I think if you do not live in the US or say Sephora doesn't ship to you, I think Colourpop does international shipping as well. So yeah, I think that's really good. That way everybody would be able to access these amazing gift sets. So anyways, this collaboration or collection was received with a lot of mixed feelings. At least on social media it was that way. I absolutely was for that. I was like 100%. I love Colourpop, especially the Super Shock eyeshadows. I absolutely love them, and the Ultra Satin lipsticks. But even like well-known makeup brand owners were like giving passive aggressive attitude towards this news. Like I think I heard Huda Beauty say something like, really, that's kind of a strange fit. I was thinking to myself, even her rose gold eyeshadow palette, the quality of that eyeshadow palette and the amount she charged for that, like $65, that is a strange fit, you know. But that didn't stop her. But anyways, let's talk about this collection. Now since I don't have any lipstick on, I wanted to start with the lip set that Colourpop has. I think they have two lip sets. One is the ultra matte lipstick, and then they also have the ultra satin. I initially tried one ultra matte lipsticks of them. I didn't like them. It was from their the very first launch. I've heard many people, in fact I've heard all of them say that their liquid lipsticks, their matte liquid lipsticks, their formula has really improved and changed. But I was more interested in the satin lipsticks, which the formula is absolutely amazing. So this is the set. It says "You're a Gem," and then it says Colourpop, and it has this like a gem, like not like a gem, like kind of a like a stone kind of a design going on here. I don't know, it looks like a stone to me. And then this is a lip trio, and this retails for $18. Did I mention that these might not be included in the Sephora sale? I'm not 100% sure, but I read somewhere on Instagram. I know I'm very vague about it, but I'm sure I read that the Colourpop's items, these gift sets, are excluded from the Sephora sale. I know every single thing on Sephora's website is included on the 20% off sale, but I think these are not included. I think so. Anyways, but I didn't buy these on the sale. I bought it before before the sale, I mean. Then this is a lip trio, and this is called You're a Gem, and it's all, as I said, it's like very orange and beautiful color. And you have three shades here, two ultra satin lipsticks, and then one ultra glossy lip. I have never tried their ultra glossy lip before, and all three are like full sizes. The satin lipsticks, you get 3.2 grams of product. These two are the satin lipsticks, and then this is the glossy lip, and you get 3 grams. So both are 3.2 and this is 3 grams. So yeah, since I don't have the lipstick on, let's try swatching them. Now first is, this is called Charming, which is the glossy lip, and this is like a peachy champagne shade. It does have shimmers, and it is not overly sticky, but at the same time it's not very like a plush, like a pillowy kind of a formula. Somewhere in between, and it is quite comfortable, I think. My lips are so parched and dry, so yeah. Hope the lip swatches look good. So this is a lip gloss, and I could wear it on its own, but it kind of, I don't know. I think I would like it better if I apply it on top of something else than just bare lips. So I can feel the shimmers when I press my lips together. So I guess the shimmers are not that finely milled, and the shimmers are like gold shimmers. So the base is like peachy champagne and the shimmers are gold shimmers. If you think my complexion is more yellower than usual, it is true. I look kind of yellow even in person. I had this turmeric manuka honey mask on my face, and it kind of stained a little bit. If you didn't know, turmeric does stain your skin, but of course it's not permanent, so that's why my skin kind of looks more yellow than usual. Anyways, let's move on. I just wanted to clarify because I look very yellow. Anyways, let's see this. This is called Catching Feels, and this is an ultra satin lipstick. This is a beautiful terracotta kind of a shade. I bought this shade Bumble from Colourpop's matte lipstick, which is, I think they're like one of the best sellers, and I wanted Bumble to be like this beautiful terracotta, but it was kind of on the lighter side, meaning I needed a lip liner with it. Otherwise it kind of looked washed out, but this is beautiful, guys. Very, very pigmented. I love this color. It just is a perfect terracotta. I think when companies describe terracotta, it's not like the terracotta on my skin. It kind of like looks like a darker peach, kind of washes me out. This is really, really like a true terracotta on dark skin. I don't need a lip liner at all with it, and it's completely pigmented, not streaky at all. If you didn't know, ultra satin lipsticks are like liquid lipsticks, but they do not dry down completely. They are not the transfer proof liquid lipsticks. They do transfer, but even if they transfer, the lasting power, it stays on your lips beautifully. It adheres well to the lips. It doesn't like sit on top of your lips kind of way. So yeah. Then lastly we have Misbehaving. Is it Misbehaving? Yeah. It's a beautiful plum shade. Magenta, like a magenta plum, magenta purple plum. And this is also very, very pigmented, as you can see. Hope that is not a bad swatch. So that is Misbehaving, and again you need the least amount of product. It's like super pigmented, so creamy, and it's quite comfortable on the lips, and it applies beautifully. Very pigmented, not streaky, and lasting power is fantastic. So I absolutely like 2 thumbs up for this lip set. It's definitely dark skin friendly, guys. You do not need a lip liner with any of these 3 shades. Very good. I absolutely 2 thumbs up again. Now let's move on to the eyeshadow set called Polite AF. So this is Super Shock Shadow Collection. This is a eyeshadow. It's like a palette, I guess, but if you didn't know, Super Shock eyeshadows come in singles, and they cannot be put into palettes technically, I feel, because of the formula. Because if you like don't close them up, if you like keep them open or exposed to air for long periods of time, they will get dried up and you will mess the formula. So I think the most they can do for a palette for the Super Shock shadows are just arranging them in a box, and that's how these are made. So I love the Super Shock eyeshadow formula. So I actually have all of the Super Shock shadows that they have released in the Colourpop Sephora collection. So you have the palette, the 6 palette, and then they also have 3 singles. So I have all of the Super Shock shadows that they have released. So anyways, let's swatch them. This is I think except for one shadow, I think all of them have already been released. I could be wrong, maybe even this shadow was already been released. This is called Deep Dive, so I don't recall this eyeshadow or seeing this eyeshadow at all, so I'm assuming it's a brand new one. But the rest of the shades, they are all older shades. I was a little bit disappointed, I'm not going to lie. They could have just come out with something like brand spanking new, but they just chose to just put on the same shadows or really re-release the older shadows. So yeah, that was kind of a disappointment, honestly, because this is like a step up, maybe, you know, for Colourpop. They could have done something like everything like brand new. Anyways, this is called Deep Dive, and this is in the ultra metallic finish. If you didn't know, Super Shock eyeshadows come in singles only, and you have to close them up tight, as I mentioned, because of the formula, because exposing them to air will dry them up and it will mess the formula. So it's like, it's not exactly a cream, to be honest, but it kind of feels like a cream. But once it touches your skin, it just changes into like a powder. You will not feel the cream finish at all on the skin, but the pigmentation is fantastic. The lasting power is fantastic. And if you do not have oily eyelids, you can wear these eyeshadows even without an eyeshadow primer. That's how amazing their lasting power and pigmentation is. So this is Deep Dive, which is a bronze color, and this is in the ultra metallic finish, which is like very chunky glitter kind of finish. This is slightly on the sheerer side, I feel, and not very in your face kind of a color. Definitely neutral. The entire palette is neutral. Anyways, and then we have Birthday Girl, which is ultra glitter, which is like, this is like a taupe shade, like a very pale taupe shade. So that is Birthday Girl. I think they released this for Colourpop's birthday, I think second birthday or something like that. So Birthday Girl, it's referring to Colourpop. Then we have Stereo. Stereo was a collection that came I think a year ago, I think. Yeah, maybe a year or two ago for the holidays. So Stereo is like a duochrome, like a very blackened plum shade, and it's also ultra glitter. It does have a lot of chunky glitter in it. Do you see how wet looking these eyeshadows are? That's how they look on the eyes as well. What else? Sequin is, I think this was the eyeshadow which was launched in the first ever launch of Colourpop, like when they initially when they got popular here on YouTube. This was one of the popular shades. This Game Face, Dare, I think, one of the shadows. So yeah, that is Sequin, which is a beautiful peachy copper kind of shade. It's a pale shade, but on the eyelids it truly looks like a peachy shade, even on my skin tone. It's a beautiful shade, and its lasting power is fantastic. And this is in the ultra glitter finish. And then we have an ultra glitter finish, and that's called Birthday Cake. Again, this is like a very pale plum shade, actually, very pale rose gold kind of shade. Very similar to this. Oh wait, this is a bronze. This is very similar to this, but much lighter. This again was launched in their in celebration of Colourpop's birthday. So it's called Birthday Cake. And then finally, Drift. I think Drift is one of their best sellers. It's a stunning cranberry shade, like a berry cranberry shade, not like a reddish cranberry shade. And I think this is in their satin. Yeah, this is the satin finish, meaning the pigmentation is on point as usual, but doesn't have any chunky glitter. It literally looks like satin on the eyelids. And these do not emphasize any texture on the eyelids, guys. They just apply so smoothly and they just make your eyelids look like silk. I absolutely love the Colourpop Super Shock eyeshadows formula, and these are most definitely best used with a finger, but they work well even with an eyeshadow brush, guys. It's not that it's impossible to work with an eyeshadow brush or anything. They work really well, but definitely they perform the best and they look the best if you apply them with your finger. And I think they can be used both dry and wet, all of them, every single product. I think at least in the Super Shock formula, their Super Shock, I think highlighters, eyeshadows, all of them can be used wet and dry. So yeah, those are the shades that you get in the Polite AF. It kind of looks washed out because the packaging is very, very pale pink and the lettering, the font color is white, so I don't think you'd be able to see anything. And all of the eyeshadows are in the full size. The eyeshadows that I showed you guys, all of them are in the full size. Then they released 3 singles and all of them came color coded with their actual eyeshadow color. And this is Fluffy, which again, this is full size. All of them are in full size. Show that for you guys. And this is Fluffy. It's this in the ultra glitter finish, and let's watch that. This I feel the ones that were individually released and not in the set are much creamier and almost like, do you see how liquid they look? Like liquid metal. I feel these are much more just glides on beautifully. This is a pale gold shade with some pink glitter in it. On my skin tone, you can't see the pink glitter very well because I feel the base color is also very pale and the pink is also like kind of on the paler side. But there's another shade, which is this. I think I kind of mixed the colors. Oh wait, no, this is Fluffy, definitely. That's right. The boxes are in the right, the eyeshadows are in the right boxes. And this is Bouncy. This is a very dark, like an olive green shade. You can see the pink glitter in this eyeshadow because the base color is like very dark, so the pink is lighter than the base color. So even on my skin you can see the pink and purple glitter. It's very, very multi-dimensional, very, very pretty. As you can see, they are really, really pigmented. So let me close it up very quickly. And then this shade is called Revolution. So the ones that they released with singles, the Super Shock eyeshadows, all of them are brand new, unlike the one that you see in the set. So I guess if you are interested in any one of the eyeshadows in the set, you could even like buy them individually. I'm 100% sure that Sequin and Drift are available in singles. I'm not sure about Deep Dive and the Birthday Girl and Birthday Cake and Stereo. Stereo was part of a limited edition Christmas collection, I think, but I'm 100% sure that Sequin and Drift is available in single, so you don't have to. And that was $30. Each retails for $5 individually on Colourpop's website and on Sephora's website. So you're buying 6 in, like, there's no discount with this. They all retail for $30. This set Polite AF retails for $30, so you don't have to necessarily buy this set for if you're interested in Sequin and Drift. You could just spend $10, just like 5 each, on Colourpop's website and just get these 2 colors if you're interested in those 2 colors. And then this is this kind of came broken, not kind of, it did come broken, and this is like a very beautiful plum shade and looks so similar to this shade that Colourpop came out with maybe 2 years ago, I think, called Prickly Pear. It's like a beautiful, actually it looks almost similar to that shade. Maybe Prickly Pear was a little bit lighter, more muted, and this is more brighter. So yeah, these 3, Fluffy, Bouncy and Revolution, all these 3 shades are being sold individually. So each retails for $5 and they're absolutely beautiful, guys. There's a pale gold, like olive green, very deep olive green, and like a plum shade. So yeah, and these six, the top six, come in a set. What else? Finally, the Colourpop Super Shock formula. The final set that I have is their highlighter set. Again, this is also a very pale pink box with white lettering, so it kind of looks very washed out. Even in person, it kind of looks hard to read. It's called Legit AF. This is called Polite AF, and this is called Legit AF. And this is a highlighter set. I have never tried Colourpop's Super Shock highlighters. So I thought this is a really, oops, everything is shaking. Sorry for that mini earthquake. Let's just, let me take it off. So these are also similar to the eyeshadows. These also come only in singles because of the special formula. You cannot have them in like a palette where you can open it and just leave it out open. You have to keep them away from air. Cannot be exposed to air for a longer period of time. So yeah, I think these retail for $7, I think, on Colourpop's website individually, and this set is actually 24, I think 24. Let me double check, you guys. This set is, yes, this set, Legit AF Super Shock Highlighter Trio, retails for $24, and you get 3 shades here. All of them are pearlized. Yeah, the finish is called pearlized. I recognize the shade Wisp. I remember people mentioning the shade, saying that this is amazing. So I know for sure that Wisp was a permanent and already available shade. I don't know for sure Spoon and Over the Moon. So Over the Moon is like a beautiful, like blue purple kind of a holographic color. Let me quickly show it to you guys. So yeah, that is, it's, the base is kind of sheer, and I think the more the concentration is more on the glitter in this shade. But yeah, it's a beautiful shade, and it does not leave a white cast on dark skin because the base is not that strong. The shimmers is what makes this product look very reflective and beautiful. So it's really good, guys. And again, they have the Super Shock eyeshadow formula. They're very bouncy and kind of cream when you touch it. Not exactly cream. Cream is more creamy and more creamy. But these are different. These are very unique. Of course, these, once it touches the skin, it kind of just transforms into like a powder finish. So yeah, that is Over the Moon. And this one is Spoon. Spoon is like a pale gold. It has some glitter, visible glitter in it, although they say that this is a pearlized finish. And this has also visible glitter in it, the Over the Moon, although it's called pearlized finish. It's really beautiful, guys. The pale gold, very pale, very similar to Opal, Becca's Opal, I feel. And then finally we have Wisp, which is like a bronze shade, like a very deep bronze. This is kind of deep on my skin tone because it does leave like a slight dark cast on my skin tone. This one, the shade Wisp. This is much lighter, obviously, because you can see how lighter it is in comparison with the Wisp. So Spoon is lighter, and this is you know, the holographic purple highlighter. All 3 are very versatile, even with a normal highlighter brush. I didn't like use a stippling brush. I didn't use my fingers. Today I have Wisp and Spoon both mixed together. I do have a lot of highlighter, but I don't feel it really gives me a white cast or anything, even though I mixed 2 shades. This is definitely darker. So I used this separately, but I didn't try mixing these 2 because both are lighter. So it might give you a white cast if you mix the this purple highlighter and the very pale one, but today I mixed the darker bronze and this pale gold. So darker bronze kind of left and gave me a darker cast, not very extremely dark, but it did give me like a dark cast. So I think applying this kind of balanced it out. So I think again this highlighter palette is again very dark skin friendly. You can balance it and mix the products together. Applying each of the products individually, they do not give me a white cast at all, and I just used a normal highlighter brush, the Elf's highlighting brush, just a normal brush. I didn't use my finger, as I said. I didn't use a stippling brush, I didn't use a sponge, just a normal brush, that's it. And they worked. It was a no fuss application, and it looks really intense and extremely wet looking, and they have this silicone slippery kind of texture, so I think they will not emphasize any kind of fine lines in your face, any texture on your skin. They just glide on beautifully, and when you touch them you will see how slippery they are. They have that silicone slippery kind of a texture, so I think they would be also very friendly for textured skin as well. So finally, the final product that I have is a pressed powder eyeshadow palette. They have two pressed powder eyeshadow palettes. One is a bigger one. I think there are 15 or 12 eyeshadows, I'm not sure, and that is I'm not sure what it's called. That is all shimmer eyeshadow palette. This is an all shimmer eyeshadow palette as well, but I like this because there was like a significant difference in each color. Even in pictures, even in person they are different, but the bigger one, most of the shadows looked kind of taupe, like a very cool tone, pale kind of color. I don't know, even in the pan they kind of look similar, and I was not really drawn to it. So I love the smaller palette, so I picked it up. And moreover, I definitely absolutely prefer the Super Shock eyeshadows over the pressed versions from Colourpop, so I went for the smaller version. So this is it says this is a semi-precious shadow palette, and this is made in USA. And how much product do you get here? You get 2 grams of product, guys, in each pan. 2 grams of product, which is not a lot. In fact, I would call that a mini size eyeshadow palette. Wait, not eyeshadow palette, mini size eyeshadow pan. Each pan you get 2 grams of product, and yeah, that's a mini size, I would say. And this is cruelty free. All, I think they are cruelty free. Yeah, the entire brand is Colourpop is cruelty free. I'm not sure about vegan. I don't think they are vegan. No, they are cruelty free, the entire brand. So all of the products that are showcased in this video, all of them are cruelty free. So yeah, let's get swatching, guys. The name of the eyeshadows are at the back in the actual palette itself. So yeah, and these are made in USA. Yeah, so this is, am I reading it in the right order? I'm not sure. Hopefully this is up and atom. I'm not sure. Anyways, let's swatch this. Wait, this is celestial, and it doesn't come with a mirror. This is celestial. It is like a peachy shade. And then we have Beam Me Up, which is a cranberry shade. Very similar to, oh wait, Drift is more berry and this is more red. So this is the shade I have on here in the 2/3 of the eyelids. And then you have like a very pale green, like a sage green. And that is called Easy Go. Hopefully I'm getting the shade names right. There's no way to know. Anyways, that is Easy Go. And then this is, wait, Celestial. Okay, I think I swatched, wait, I started with these 2 shades and then I moved to this row. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm terribly sorry. So this is Celestial, which is this eyeshadow. And then we have this reddish shade, which is Beam Me Up. I was right. And then we have Easy Go, which is the purple shade. I don't know how I went from there to, I just skipped a row. So that actually looks just silver on my skin tone. So it doesn't look exactly like a very pale lavender on me. And then we have like a very pale rose gold. Just extremely, all the shades so far are really good. And then we have West Star, which is this shade. Yeah, West Star is like an olive green shade. You can see both are different, both are greens, but this is more pale and this is not, has a golden kind of a shift to it. And then we have this shade, which is like a plummy rose gold, I would say. This is more rosy, right? I'm sorry, this is more rosy because it's darker, but this is very pale. This is the typical rose golds that we see in the market. This is more plummy. It's really beautiful. And then I think this shade is called Upon a Star. It's a sage green, which I have swatched here. And then we have this shade, which is like a very deep bronze shade. So yeah, these are the shades that you get in this palette. I have to say this palette is fantastic. It applies so creamily. I wouldn't call them all as foil shadows exactly. The pigmentation is fantastic, but according to me, foil shadows is even more like oily looking, wet looking. Their pigmentation is fantastic, guys. With primer, you just one swipe pigmentation. Without primer, maybe 2 times for some eyeshadows, but the pigmentation is on point. The lasting power is fantastic. The quality of these shadows in this palette is equal to the Super Shock eyeshadows that you get. These are more foiled, as you can see. Definitely, if you want a foil look, go for the Super Shock eyeshadows. If you want just a highly pigmented, just a metallic, I wouldn't call these soft shimmers. No way they are soft shimmers. Definitely they are metallic, as you can see. They definitely beautifully catch the light, but not like these. These are just on another level, as you can see. So yeah, I think I have covered everything. All the products that I bought from the Colourpop Sephora collection. Hope you guys found this video useful. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked watching it, and please subscribe. Bye guys.